Good morning. Hey, this is OC, and I'm up in DC, and we're going to tune in right now to Roland Martin's State of the Union. This is the day after Trump spoke. I did tune in last night, but just want to tune in right now. Dr. Reverend William Barber is speaking. Let's turn to him.
Individuals, but nations, Roland, will be judged by how we treat the hungry, the thirsty, the naked, the stranger, and the least of these. Nations would be judged, not just individuals. And we can never forget that. We can never forget that nations will be judged, not just in some hereafter, but even now, nations will be judged, because how we treat the vulnerable is how we treat God. There is no way to declare in God we trust, but then the vulnerable cannot trust us with power or trust us with the realities of our government. Not only our moral traditions, but what Abraham Lincoln called our ancient faith, but also the commitments of our founding documents. Dr. King would never throw these documents away. He once said to America, if I was in some other country, I might not protest like I do, but I protest here because you had the nerve to put it on in writing and write it down on paper. The Declaration, for instance, of Independence, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all persons, all men are created equal, endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, among which are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And I see my dear lawyer friend in the house tonight, and she'll tell you that there's something else in that Declaration of Independence. It says that when there has been a long train of abuses, it is the duty, it is the responsibility of the people to rise up and to change that form of government. Our Constitution says we the people, in order to form a more perfect union. Right there, our own Constitution confesses that we are imperfect. And that we have work to do. And part of that work is to establish justice, to provide for the common defense, to ensure domestic tranquility, and to promote the general welfare. Yes, welfare is in the founding principles of our nation and of this Constitution. Now, these words from both Scripture and our founding documents set a high standard for what any nation, particularly this nation, should be about. And when we hold the state of our current union over against this standard, we all must confess that our union in the hand of Trump and Musk, or Musk and Trump, and the current congressional leadership is pretty low down. It does not reach the high standard to which we are called. It falls far below the call of love and justice and mercy. It is far below the government of the people, by the people, and for the people that Abraham Lincoln called us to preserve. It is far beneath what even Franklin Delano Roosevelt proposed. Once Franklin Delano Roosevelt said, in these days of difficulty, we Americans everywhere must and shall choose the path of social justice, the path of faith, the path of hope, the path of love toward our fellow man. Then he said, on another occasion, 1937, I see 1/3 of the nation ill-housed, ill-clad, and ill-nourished. And the test of our progress is not whether we add more to the abundance of those who have much. It is whether we provide enough for those who have too little.
And I'm going to pause right here because I just want to say that we're living in a critical time that people in power are stealing and robbing America's poor. They're setting up these policies, they're setting up these executive orders to rob the poor. And we as a community, the American community, we cannot accept this. We have to be able to do what we can in our communities to fight this ridiculous business. This is nothing but the rich getting richer. And right now, on a global scale, we are living in a critical time. We're not only forming enemies, we're forming them now.